In this video, I'd like to show you how to fill out a form within the WorkMax app. First, we're going to go ahead and enter in a PIN number. And then in this screen, you'll see this little forms area. I'm going to go ahead and click on Create/View Forms. And I can see a list of forms that I have. Now this is my list in my account. Your list is going to vary, but we'll go ahead and click on the daily log for today. So up at the top, I can see which employee this particular form is linked to. I can see the job, a task, and asset. You may need to select one depending on the form and what that form entails. You may need to change things around. So for example, I'll go ahead and choose a different job. And this is the job that this form is intended for. I can also select a task if it's needed, or even equipment if it's needed as well. There's also an area where I can put in a description. This is an optional field, and your company may use it depending on the form as well. And your management will make sure you're instructed to know whether you should use that field or not. Next, this form has several different fields in here. Your forms are going to vary depending on what's in there, what's needed, but this is just an example. So for example, here's the date, and it's always going to default to whatever day that you're on. If you need to change it, you can always click on that and you can pick a different date, for example, but we'll go ahead and just leave it for today. I have weather conditions in my form, so I'll go ahead and hit this little drop down. I can select which one applies. I can enter in the temperature, whatever it is, and I can also put in a description of what work was performed today. Put in some work there, and I'll hit save. I also have a place where we can take pictures or videos or even an audio recording. So for example, if I click on the little camera, I'm going to have the option to open the library. So if I've already taken a picture, I can upload a picture that already exists on my device, or I can hit open camera and I can take a new one. So I'll go ahead and hit open camera, and I'll go ahead and take a picture of this little dancing turkey on my desk. We'll click on use photo down the bottom, and we're good. If I need to add more photos, I can click on the camera and I can continue to add what's needed there. Next, I have a field where I can put in what work was completed. This particular one has a couple different drop downs. So for example, I can select a particular job, what task was performed. If I need to add another row, down here at the bottom, I can click on add row, and I can add more fields in here. And again, your forms are going to vary. You may have different questions you may need to answer and respond to. The main thing is down the bottom, you can continue to add really with whatever is needed in that situation. And we're going to go ahead and click on save. And then last, I have a place where I can put in a signature. So I'll go ahead and click in that box first. And then this is going to give me an area where I can put in a signature. We'll hit save. And that's the last field for this particular form. At this point, up in the top right corner, I'm going to go ahead and click on that save button. Now, by saving that form, it doesn't mean that that form has been sent to the office yet. None of the management or payroll or HR are going to see that form yet. Up here at the top, I have these little tabs. I'm going to jump over to this unsynced, and I can see that daily log that I just barely started. This allows me to come back later on and make adjustments to it if I need to. So I can go ahead and click on this, and if I need to make some additional adjustments, like for example, put in some type of description, I can do that. We'll go ahead and hit save there, and I can continue to work on it if necessary. If I'm done with this form and I'm ready to send it, there's two ways in how we can sync or send that form. One option is to go ahead and click on that little circle there, so it's checked, and down at the bottom, you'll see that I have this little green button that says sync. Another option is if I go back to that home screen, or if I go ahead and enter my PIN number, you'll see up here at the top that I have an unsynced record. If I go to the little menu where I have this little orange dot here, you'll see here's this sync button. I can also push that sync button. That's going to send the form. It's also going to do a complete sync where it'll also download any new jobs or new employees or any new information to the device. So if you haven't done that for a little while, it might be a good idea to do that complete sync to make sure everything's updated on your device. Or like I said, if I go back into this create/view forms area and go to the unsynced forms, I can go ahead and select that, hit sync. That's going to send the form. You'll see it switched over and it says sync complete. So we're done. At this point, I can still see that form. I can still click on it, but I can't make any adjustments at this point, or anything that you do here won't make any adjustments on the website or any final results. So if you do need to continue to working on a form, you want to make sure that you do all that before you sync it. But once it's sent, anyone in the office would be able to see that. If you have any questions, just let me know.